What's going on about our country here? Uploading on a Tuesday. This must be a fake video because I don't upload on Tuesdays at all. Anyways, guys, I want to talk to you about some gaming news from yesterday. The news being the cancellation of Scalebound, a game I was looking forward to. And if you watch my top 10 anticipated videos, 2016 and 2017, Scalebound was on both of those lists. Well, was is the key word in that sentence. First and foremost, it sucks. I was looking forward to the game. It sucks that we may never even get a chance to experience it. I'm sure Platinum would create a similar style game at another time, later date. But Scalebound itself, the core will be seen of the game, has been canceled. We may never see anything like it again. So for those not sure what happened, the game went through a lot of delays. That's the first thing that happened with this game. It's been going through a lot of delays throughout since it was announced a few years ago, and it was looking like the game was actually going to be delayed again this year, likely out of the 2017 lineup. So it was delayed last year into this year, and we were pretty sure it was going to come out this year. It was pretty much set in stone, and then it seemed like it's going to get delayed again, but ended up getting just outright canceled altogether. What people don't know is when you delay a game, it costs the publisher money. So all the delays was costing Microsoft money. They were losing money and losing money on each time the game was delayed, and they couldn't really afford to do another delay. Another delay was just not an option. So business decision had to be made. Platinum couldn't possibly make the deadline that was there for this year, so Microsoft had to make the hard decision to just outright cancel the game's development, cancel the game coming out. Period. Not just this year. It's unfortunate because they bit off more than they could chew. They had ambitions for a game that they themselves didn't have the manpower or time to execute what they wanted. They couldn't, see through their ambitions because with the lack of manpower, with the lack of time that they had. And yeah, people will give Microsoft some hate, but honestly, nobody's to blame in the situation. They had to make a hard decision that I'm sure they didn't want to make because they put a lot of money into creating the game, and now all that is gone. So they're taking a big hit on canceling the game. They would have took an even bigger hit if they kept delaying it over and over again with no insight on when the game will actually be finished and be released. And, you can sit there and say, well, they should have canceled. Well, they didn't, like I said, they don't want to cancel the game, especially when they're trying to have a certain number of games released and you're trying to draw in people to a certain market. With this cancellation, there's now a hole in the Xbox 2017 lineup. From what I've looked at in terms of exclusives, there isn't any open world RPGs exclusive to Xbox that's come out this year. Scalebound was going to be that since it's canceled. There is now no RPG that's exclusive to the Xbox One and PC that's coming out this year. So there's a hole in that market for Xbox. Now they said there's an unannounced game, but I doubt it's an RPG. I doubt it's a game that can draw in the RPG market to the Xbox One. So that's gonna be another hole for the Xbox to try to fill in at some point. Like I said, you can't just like randomly throw a game together in a year and just have it out. So there's this year's gonna be pretty bad if you're an RPG fan on the Xbox looking for exclusive games to play on the Xbox. Overall, as I said, it sucks, but honestly, Scalebound wasn't gonna sell well anyways. I mean, I won't say it won't sell well, but it wouldn't sell enough to make back the money put into it, to make back the money that was put into the delays. There are too many good games coming out this year, and that includes an RPG juggernaut and Mass Effect. I think it might have sold well if they had released in 2016, where there's more so a lot of shooters and less RPGs. But in a year like there's a lot of open world games coming out, like Horizon and God of War and Mass Effect. There's all these RPGs and open world games that are releasing across all platforms. This game wasn't going to sell well to begin with, and yeah, it's exclusive to Xbox, so I mean it had a better chance to flourish, but still people are gonna go to Mass Effect before they would buy Scalebound. And then you have people who have all platforms. They're gonna spend the money on God of War and Horizon and Mass Effect, and ignore Scalebound until it's like on sale, and they're on rate for reviews to see if it's even worth picking up. So it might have sold well if it had released in 2016, but if you aren't already a well-established game, you're gonna have a hard time selling it in 2017 with all these juggernauts that hanging around an open world genre for people to play. I wish it best for both companies involved. Wish best for Microsoft. Wish best for Platinum. Maybe even if it's a long shot, we'll still see Scalebound in the future, a year or two or 3 years, a long time down the road. Maybe we see Scalebound or a spiritual successor to Scalebound in some capacity from Platinum or from Microsoft. Either or, maybe we'll still see something that carries what this game was going to be, so we can at least experience it in any aspect that we possibly can. You know, it sucks, it does. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Peace out.